Let's call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. All right, please call the roll.
Mr. Wilson?
Here.
Ms. Jamison? Mr. Lidnitsky?
Here.
Mr. Olvera?
Present.
Mr. Hurst?
Here.
Ms. Lucero? Here. And Mr. Daniel?
Here.
Next, we have the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States of America. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Staff reports, item 4.
Mr. City Manager, would you mind touching on the trip to Hawaii, please? I know we've got a lot of curious participants this evening, so.
Absolutely.
The TTC conference that I attended there in Hawaii was attended by over 8,000 different type vendors and just also people looking to develop some data centers. Pretty much brings pretty well covered the whole gamut of the data center from power generation, different types of cooling systems, what they're using in cooling systems. A lot of it really kind of pertaining to the building themselves, a lot of it also to the servers and things like that that go into the data center. We did, we signed the MOU there with Entity so that the bank could do everything. And they're using that to promote their data center. And there's no reason to do it as well. We had the opportunity to meet everyone involved with Entity as well. So that was a chance for them to be there and work their data center, work on their client support, and look at different types of equipment and things like that to put into it.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm glad you clarified it was just the re-signing of the original MOU that was
It was
here.
the MOU that we had originally signed. And they just wanted to do it more January 7th.
Thank you, City Manager.
And for the record, we discussed that quite a bit about who, if anyone, would go. We anticipated criticism, and we decided it would be better to go and know and learn and be criticized for that than to not go and remain less well informed about a major opportunity for the city. Any other staff reports? Any other staff reports? Okay.
I would say don't say anything. And Amber has put out something for each one of you. Please be sure that y'all fill that out
Yes.
and get it sent in. That is for our annual audit. We have not had a very good response in the past several years. So it's very important we get this in. We have a deadline that we have to meet. So please get that filled out. For all you self-addressed, stamped envelope, all you gotta do is fill it out, send it in. Please be sure to get those.
Agenda item 5, recognition. We are proud to announce that the Lacy Lakeview Police Department is being recognized for achieving accredited status through the Texas Police Chiefs Association Texas Best Practices Recognition Program. The formal presentation and award will be conducted by the TPCA member Scott Holt. Please join us in celebrating this significant achievement and the dedication of our police department. Mayor,
council members, and citizens of Lacy Lakeview. Good evening. My name is Scott Holt, and I currently serve as the police chief for the city of Lorena. In addition, I have the privilege of serving as the lead assessor for the Texas Police Chiefs Association. This evening, it is my honor to represent the TPCA and its accreditation program. The Texas Police Chiefs Association comprises hundreds of police chiefs and command staff members from across the state, all dedicated to advancing professionalism in law enforcement. This evening, I am privileged to present the Lacy Lakeview Police Department with a certificate of the Texas Law Enforcement Accreditation. In 2006, the association developed an accreditation program for Texas law enforcement. Many of you know about the accreditation programs in schools, universities, and hospitals. They are all programs of professional excellence and all require you to prove compliance with a set of professional standards. Ours is the same. It is a voluntary program which agencies must prove they have met 174 very difficult standards. The standards are based on Texas law, Texas court decisions, and contemporary best practices in law enforcement. These standards address the full range of operations such as use of force, pursuits, protection of individual rights, property and evidence management, and patrol and investigative operations. These are just a few of the examples of these standards that are met. This program is the gold standard for professional law enforcement in Texas. Police agencies across the state are working diligently as we speak to meet these standards. The Lacy Lakeview Police Department has now achieved this accredited status, becoming the 226th agency in the state to do so, a significant accomplishment that required great dedication. The agency spent more than a year thoroughly auditing and revising its policies, procedures, and operation to meet these rigorous standards. This process culminated by a visit by trained assessors, law enforcement experts from across Texas, who spent several days on site reviewing every policy, practice, and procedure. They interviewed staff, inspected facilities and operations, accompanied officers in the field, and ensured compliance with each standard. The report was sent to the accreditation committee comprised of 9 police chiefs and sheriffs from around the state, who reviewed the assessment and voted to award unanimously accredited status to Lacy Lakeview Police Department. Of the 2,785 law enforcement agencies in Texas, only 228 are accredited to this program. By the way, that's less than 10%, so kudos to you all. Agencies ranging from size, from those with nearly 1,900 officers to those with as few as 4. Regardless of size, professionalism of policing is essential. The citizens of Texas expect and deserve nothing less. Tonight, we officially recognize Chief Tom Whitten and the Lacy Lakeview Police Department for their outstanding achievement in earn accreditation. What does this mean to your community? It assures the council and the citizens of this community that your police department operates in accordance with the current best practices of Texas law enforcement. It demonstrates your police department's ongoing commitment to professional excellence. It indicates that your police department is among the very best in the state. The certificate presented this evening is symbolic. While it clearly marks a professional excellence, the true value of the program lies in the rigorous process required to earn it. And this is not the end of the process. The department must submit annual reports to prove continued compliance. And in 4 years, we will be back for another on-site visit to ensure the agency is continuing to comply with all these standards. The Lacy Lakeview Police Department stands as a leader in Texas law enforcement. This accomplishment is one the entire community should be proud of. Chief Whitten, can you please come forward? As a county chief for the distinct county of Lacy Lakeview, it is a distinct honor for me to present this award. This award, like I said, is good for 4 years, and then the reaccreditation process will start. But Chief Whitten, on behalf of the Texas Police Chief, thank you. Thank you.
You want to get all your guys up there?
Thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Yeah.
I won't say that much. I was just saying that.
I'm just doing that.
You couldn't do it without that.
Come on.
Look at her. You gotta come up. So
I
everybody,
told you.
we couldn't have done it without the commitment and dedication of everybody here, the law enforcement, sworn employees, civilians alike, everybody bought in, did a really great job. Even our, even these guys. But everybody bought in, they did a really, really good job. And the only thing I'll say before I sit down is it requires a lot of things, right? Like Chief Holt said, one of the things it requires is always including the community relations and partnerships. So I'd like to say from the first people here, it might not exactly be true, but it's certainly our first Citizen Police Academy for 20 years. And Sergeant Lakeview is running it, and she was going to introduce our community to be here and was hoping thank you.
Next door and start our fun. So I actually didn't know that a citizens court, come on. Yeah. I didn't know that in 1997 they actually had a police academy or a citizens police academy. So I found the book. So I thought this was the first one ever, but these are our students, I guess. So I'm gonna let them introduce
Cadets.
Cadets, yes. And Courtney is, I say the sidekick, but she's the one that helps me get everything together and don't forget the cookies and the cookie tray.
Which is important.
But anyway, if y'all want to introduce yourself, I'm Tammy Taylor.
Brian Waterhouse.
Victoria Lynn. And that's Chris. Chris Lamont. So, 8 weeks, they will be graduates, and we will have different services, we will have volunteers, we'll have chaplains, just among the bees, my folks here. So we want y'all to think about joining the next academy. We're gonna get ready to stand that up in a couple months after they graduate, so I hope you can take it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, agenda item number 6. We are pleased to announce that Laurie Kasmarek, our city secretary, graduated as a certified municipal clerk on January 22nd, 2026. This accomplishment reflects her dedication and commitment to excellence in municipal government. Please join us in celebrating this achievement and thanking her for her outstanding service to the city of Lacy Lakeview.
This is the certification that Lori was given when she graduated. So just want everybody to have a chance to see it.
And for that distinct honor, we took away her desk chair, right?
Exactly right. We did. Now we take her stand up.
Item 7, discussion regarding a new lighted marquee sign that will be in between the police department and city hall for use to highlight city events, tourism, and local hotels. Calvin, can you give us a brief on that one?
Yes, sir. Mayor, our marquee has probably not been working, I know, the last 2 years. Before that, we kind of hitting the miss. We tried programming it, never could get it to work. We started looking at, ways to replace this thing. It didn't cost. And so, spoke to the city attorney, and as long as we, do our, advertising on our hotels and we run,
Advertising for them.
we're gonna be able to do hot things on
That.
and we're looking, $48,000-$50,000.
Fine.
I think if you really consider to have that sign out there, that we can run our city advertising, where our council meetings are, or other notice that we're currently running.
That. So,
Just really the time to check in to see if y'all want to move forward with that.
I can put them y'all.
Can you explain for the public what the hot funds are and the things that they can be used for and cannot be used for?
Okay, sure.
How much money you have in that account?
Currently, we have about $2 million in that account, and that's hotel
Motel tax funds, very restricted funds. They can be used to tourism, but as long as we're advertising here on the sign,
So we can't use that money to fix streets.
We cannot use that money to fix
streets, which is very, very limited. You can't use it for streets. It's very, very restricted money. You can't use it on the ball fields or anywhere. So, a lot of ways to use it is very restricted. So that's why you see us doing a lot of advertising for properties, bringing tourism and heads and beds to our hotels. With that,
Is this item, we don't have a motion, or is this a motion that's made in that form? Does anyone on the council have questions or additional questions for the city manager?
No, just the big one is location. I know we want to have, for advertising, hotels and whatnot, but is it more just officially just replacing it, or would we ever consider a different location?
I know everything went right.
So that's kind of why we're looking at this location.
Just thinking out.
Main, right through here.
Imagine that, a realtor talking about location.
Get your figure.
That's a good thought, though. Any other comments? Does anyone feel inspired to make a motion?
No motion, we can. I'm just gonna know what y'all like.
Forward.
Oh, okay, sorry. Initial discussion regarding. All right, then we'll move on. I anticipate next meeting we will have a proposal on that.
I will get several proposals on that page.
Number 9, presentation and council discussion of the investment report. Did I just scratch off number 8? Initial discussion regarding an over 65 property tax exemption within the city of Lacy Lakeview. Almost, I was not trying to skip that. Please proceed, sir.
Okay. On the first page there, I just put a little bit together, a little overview.
And out of those, there's 496 that are over 65. The city currently
Does.
give a $5,000 tax exemption. We're already giving a $5,000. And then I put a couple points there. If the city can increase the over 65 tax exemption to $10,000, then there will be an ad valorem tax revenue loss of $12,180.07. If we increase that
Over 65.
tax exemption to $45,000, now we're looking at $665.49.
Reduction.
So that's kind of, something to consider how we do it. And then, going into, tax year 2026, not effective for 2025, we're going into 2026, the state legislature has passed a combined over 65 tax exemptions, over $200,000. Your house is valued at $185,000.
In school tax.
Over 65 and homestead, all getting
Actually,
through the state.
legislature.
So we're merely talking about, to be clear, about the city tax.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're talking, yeah.
We're only talking about the city tax portion.
that's for those over 65.
That's correct.
Only, it's not a homestead, it's for those only over 65.
All those things into the
Yep.
That's up to $200 homestead over 65.
If you look on your tax card, the city does not give a homestead.
But, you know, it seems like most people, whenever we hear complaints, they look at the bottom line, and that's what they think the city gets. But that's not the case, like, we only get the city's portion out there. So, when you look at the tax statement, please be sure you understand that. You're looking at what the city of Lacy Lakeview gets out of that.
roughly speaking, about a quarter of that whole number?
Well, it's changed now. The school taxes, you know, since the legislature. That part. On the pie charts, give you two pie charts. One of them was a general fund revenue. And if you look at that, you'll see our property tax that we actually collect $3,197,811.27. Okay? And then sales tax, it kind of gives you the whole thing. Look at expenses over here. But, yeah, go back to what we collect in that in property tax. But out of that $3 million,
only $2.3 million actually goes to municipal operations. The remainder of that goes to a debt service that we run to the street. And also, there's something else, and I kind of put this in here so you think about.
a patrol, what it cost us a day to put a patrol officer on the street. Okay?
And it's
$489 for one patrol officer.
if you pay $1,000 in taxes, you barely covered it. You
Covered a patrol officer for a little over 2 days.
people want to say, hey, we're doing the tax
Money? That's where it's at. Sorry, Chief, but.
Award-winning police department.
very worthy police department. But it's just something to think about. And so if we do that, then we make a lot.
Alvin, did I miss it? Do we know how many homesteaded over 65 homes we have?
496.
Homesteaded,
That was a combination.
so we don't know.
The information that I had there was over 65. Yeah.
Okay.
You presumably that's on the
I would assume.
So I guess the question for consideration for the future is, do you want to move on this, or do you want to go through the budget process? And my thought is, it'd be hard to do it if we want to do it during the budget process, because then that's going to affect the tax rate.
Right.
Be better to look at it together. And then that would not go into effect until 2027. It wouldn't affect the actual bills going out. It wouldn't change a bill that people would be paying
Right.
in January of 27. It would change the bill in January of 28. Okay. Good.
Alvin, I appreciate you getting this information.
Yes, thank
That was
you.
helpful. Any more questions?
Yeah, I think it's important to realize that timeline and when it comes into effect and when we're going to be budgeting, because we're anticipating some new tax base coming into the city. That's going to facilitate, some of that thing. It'll make it a lot easier.
And keep in mind, Edward actually starts working on the budget by April and May, because he's already fixing to start working on the budget now.
Yes, sir. Okay, we will, at 6:25, we will recess work session to convene regular session. Item 10, approval of the minutes from the city council meeting held on January 13th,
We didn't do
2026.
9.
Chuck,
Oh, sorry, I was trying to do it before. Presentation and council discussion of the investment report.
So a formal presentation is not required. I have to present this to you, just to provide it to you, and give you the opportunity to ask any questions. So the report is a quarterly report that I'm required to do, and it's just basically what we have in investments right now. All of our checking accounts, all of our savings accounts, our CDs, and this provides you with the activity, the interest that was accrued, and then the ending balance within that account for the end of that quarter. So, if y'all have any questions.
No questions? Okay, now for item 10. Approval of the minutes from the city council meeting held on January 13th, 2026. Do I hear a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the city council meeting held on January 13th, 2026.
second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Laurie, please poll the council.
Ms. Lucero?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Ms. Jamison?
Yes,
Mr. Daniel?
Yes.
Mr. Hurst?
Yes.
Mr. Ledniski?
Yes.
And Mr. Wilson?
Yes. Item 11, discussion and consideration of action authorizing the mayor to order the general election to be held on May 2nd, 2026, the next general election date, to elect city council members to serve in 3 at-large council positions as prescribed in the City of Lacy Lakeview Home Rule Charter. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the action authorizing the mayor to order the election to be held on May the 2nd, 2026, which is the next general election date, to elect 3 city council members to serve at large positions as prescribed in our home rule charter for the City of Lacy Lakeview.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, please poll the council.
I do want to say one thing. If this passes, I need all of you to sign a document for me before you leave, so please don't leave without signing. Ms. Jamison?
Yes,
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Ms. Lucero?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Ledniski?
Yes.
Mr. Hurst?
Yes.
And Mr. Daniel?
Yes.
Item 12, discussion and consideration of action to authorize the police department to apply for a rifle-resistant body armor grant and a criminal justice grant. Do I hear any motion?
Yes. I move to approve the action to authorize the police department to apply for a rifle-resistant body armor grant and a criminal justice grant.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second, Any discussion?
Just, I guess, for edification of the, any explanation on that, Chief? We okay?
No, they're both, they don't have attached match, things that we need. Some of the items in there are like target specific, so what I'm saying is we'll probably get some of it that we apply for, we might not get some other parts of it, but it's good to go.
Excellent.
But please note, this is a grant with no matching funds.
Correct. Excellent.
All right. Any other discussion? Laurie, please poll the council.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Ms. Jamison?
yes,
Ms. Lucero?
Yes.
Mr. Hurst?
Yes.
Mr. Daniel?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
And Mr. Ledniski?
Yes.
Item 13, public comment. It's time for individuals to address the city council on issues and items of concern not, or on the agenda or not. There will be no city council action at this time. Limit of 3 minutes per person. City council reserves the right to move when appropriate and upon agreement of the individual, an individual's request to speak on a specific agenda item so that they may speak at that time. First on our agenda is Paul Lutke.
Paul Lucci, 502 North Oak Street. I'm just gonna check in on this infantry can thing a little bit. A lady posted on Facebook that she talked to a council member in reference to complaining about the data center. And according to her, she was told that she was the first person he heard from. of the last two meetings, you ain't heard nothing but complaints. Granted, they weren't Lacy Lakeview residents, it's the people you're forcing this thing on out there that don't want it. And to talk about I don't know how you figure to get all the electricity. 'Cause even now in a hot summer, we're asked to conserve or face brownouts. So, and then in the water thing, y'all know how much 15 million gallons is? It's 23 Olympic-sized swimming pools every day. You know how big a swimming pool is, right? Olympic. 23 of those every day. Now, fresh water, wastewater, Lacy Lakeview only uses 10 million gallons a month, maybe. You can't get wastewater enough for 15 million gallons out of 10 million a month. It don't compute. And electricity, it can be regenerated. I mean, you can, but water, you can't manufacture water. So, I mean, you just need to look at that and realize what you're committing to. And what you're gonna, I mean, you didn't even talk to the city of Waco. They didn't even know you were doing this thing, according to what I hear. So, anyway, with all the complaints you've heard, I would hope at least one or two of you would have a little change of heart as far as what you're forcing on the people out there and the community in a whole, electricity and water. So anyway, I think that's all I have to say. But on the tax thing, just to give you a general idea, if you raise it $20,000, you're over 65 to 25,000, that saves me $9 a month. And you done raised my water bill $11 a month. So that's water. Just to let you know what it means in real terms. But my house is valued over 200,000. And even raising the over 65 to 25,000 above the 5,000 now, it saves me $9 a month. So just want to let you know that.
Next is Gail Tice.
I'm Gail Tice. I live at 302 Avenue I. I just want to give the council an update and to ask everybody here about I've been working on trying to get a senior game day. We've gotten together, the few that have gotten together, and decided to change it from a game day to a social day. So we're going to change it to senior social day. We're going to have it every other week on Wednesday from 2 to 4. During this time, you could either come talk about your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, whatever, as long as it's not political nor religious. We're just going to keep it plain and easy. If you want to crochet, if you want to do embroidery, whatever you want to do along with it, you're more than welcome to bring it along. If we do decide to play games, there will be cards and dominoes there if we want them. Right now, I have it scheduled as of today, February the 18th, which is next Wednesday, March the 4th, March the 18th, April 1st, and April the 15th, tax day. We may all need to cry together. So anybody that would like to come is more than welcome to join us. Thank you very much.
Next is Kay McMurtry.
I don't know what to ask, really.
Ma'am, could you please come to the, and please state your name and address for the audience at home.
My name is Kay McMurtry. I preside at 213 Burke Street. 2 blocks down. I know that I've heard a lot about this AI. My first concern is, how many farmers and ranchers is this going to affect? Do we know? What would that be?
It's not supposed to be question and answer.
Oh,
It's
okay.
your time.
Okay. I'm gonna say that this must be open land. My heart is out for farmers and ranchers because every day they're pushed out of their homes, their residence, their land, everything by big business. AI scares the hell out of me. The day that I walk down the street and I meet myself coming, I say people will pay attention, and at least I'll have another friend. But I do. I worry about the open land. If it's open land, my other concern would be about the water. Now, I've heard that they will use wastewater. I don't know how that's gonna involve us. I just worry about my water. I worry about other water. I just, you see all of these large towns with a lot of commercial businesses, and their water resource has been poisoned by this and that. And I worry about those factors. I think we really do need to watch out for this testing center. I know it would be good for us dollar-wise, but we really do need to test it out and see how it would affect our resources, would affect the people that live. I really don't even know the whereabouts. I've seen maps. You're looking at a girl that very seldom ever gets out of the city limits. And our Lacy Lakeview isn't that big, so I'm kind of small at thinking in this area. But I have heard that it's Ross, Elmont, in the vicinities there. And I just don't want them to lose their land by something like this. And I do think we need to really, really check this out again. And first thing I said was, why Lacy Lakeview? Why did they want to come out in this area? Is it because we do have some open land out there? That's because the ranchers have quit producing their cattle. The farmers have quit raising crops. I mean, we're getting our crops from Mexico and like that. And then they talk about all of the infections that come through these tomatoes and such. So I'm all for the Texas farmer and rancher. Thank you for listening.
Next speaker is Charlie McMurtry. You're good? Next is Shauna Fenn.
Shauna Fenn, short problems. Hold on. There we go. Shauna Fenn, I live at 100 Fort Grand Circle. Welcome back, Hottie from Hawaii. Hope you had fun. I'm not quite sure why you had to go and do your due diligence over in Hawaii when all community members, we have really been doing our due diligence here from our homes. You could have just contacted the builders over at Laguna Park and asked them how it's going. And just taking a drive down there to see how it was. Because I don't think that $4,000 of taxpayer money was well spent. I don't. This trip wasn't for due diligence, let's just call that out. It was a publicity stunt to make it appear that this data center was a done deal, when in reality, you don't have annexation. You definitely don't have the water, everybody's turning you down. And you don't have the support from the community. And why are we not trusting you? Because from the beginning, these discussions of this data center have been behind closed doors with industry. You've bribed mayor and city manager. You've bribed some local people with what is it going to take to shut you up? And city manager, you almost burned down somebody's house using city resources. So how are we supposed to trust you guys? You've literally given us no reason. We've been kept in the dark, and I truly believe that all of this would be much further along than it is, and we wouldn't be able to stop it, so thank God for the Waco Bridge. I was told that Infrakey wanted grace when it came to this data center. There was no grace given to us from the beginning, so we honestly have none. The impacts, we're already seeing it. I'm seeing it around my house. Buyers are walking away from homes because of rumors of data centers. So how do you think that's gonna go when this thing might get actually built and we can't sell our homes? Are you gonna buy my house? Are you gonna buy my house? I don't think so. And let me just remind each of you, you work for us, the people. You don't work for your own bidding. You definitely don't work for private investors. You work for the people who appointed you to these positions. I know from the growing number of Lacy Lakeview residents who have signed our petition, joined our Facebook group, have bought our yard signs, that they don't want this, and you're not listening. So let's have a discussion. We have been talking a lot amongst the community, but you guys have really remained silent on the issue. So put us on the agenda. I ask for Councilman Daniels or Olvera, please sponsor a request to add us on that agenda, and let's get some clear answers once and for all, because you really do owe it to everybody who lives around this proposed site to give us some answers, because we're not getting any. Thank you.
Next is Pat Barline.
Pat Bauerline, 706 North Barbara. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I have been given to understand that there is a city inspector that goes around and monitors things within the city. I want to know why people are still parking in their yards. There's two people that live across the street from me. They get up and they have work trucks and they park them on the side of their house. And they're developing ruts in the side of the yard. And I have seen throughout the city other people that have parked in their yards. If we want to beautify our city and attract decent people to our city, we've got to stop this trashy looking stuff that's going on. My next issue is, I understand that the road crew that do the mowing, mows on 77, the median in 77. Up by the trailer parks up there, they are cutting across the median from one trailer park to the next trailer park, and there's huge ruts in the median. I go by there every day. I volunteer up at the Conley Primary School, and I go by there twice a day, and I have seen numerous vehicles pulling trailers and golf carts cutting across the median. And I just think that it's very unsightly, along with all of the cars and trucks that are parked in the yards. Thank you for your time.
Next, Sarah Menarchik.
I'm Sarah Menarchik, Ross, Texas. And I can address, Kay, some of your comments real quick. My land backs up to the proposed data center site. It is a fifth year generational hand down of property.
We raise cattle. We raise hay for cattle. The actual property, part of that property proposed site was cropland. And you're right, places are being taken over that should not be taken over. Now, to the council, what I'd like to address are two things, and I handed the handouts to Lori so she could give them to you. My two things that I want to address, first of all, is your own resolution. Resolution on rules of decorum and protocols for city council meetings. You'll see it was adopted in September 10th, 2024, Resolution 2024-10. I've highlighted or I've underlined some key points here. If you look at the second page near the bottom, item D, it states that members of the public members of the public who wish to address the city council on any topic, whether an agenda item or not, we get to sign in, we get to speak to you. Thank you, Lori, for having the sign-in sheet. If you will look at the third page, and this is where I really want to point out, if the topic is on the agenda, the speaker will have the opportunity to address the city council at the beginning of the time the specific agenda topic will be considered by the city council. I can tell you on December the 9th, 2024, when the infraky was put up for a MOU with the council here, we had 15, 16 people that were here to discuss that MOU with you. We were denied the opportunity to speak before you discussed and approved the MOU. We didn't have an opportunity to speak until the very end when it didn't matter. Who knows, it may not have mattered anyway, but we were not given, according to your resolution, we were not given the opportunity to speak. The second thing I'd like to pull out for you, and it's another agenda, another piece of paper there, is Texas House Bill 2840. Now, the whole purpose of Texas House Bill 2840 was to allow the public to speak, to interact with the council members. Again, the implications of this, House Bill 2840 represents a significant shift in how public meetings are conducted in Texas, moving from a model where the public could only observe to one that they could actually actively participate. You took that right away from us. You violated House Bill 2840 and also Resolution 2024-10.
Mary Dawson.
I'm Mary Dawson. I live at 1945 Fort Graham Road. 4 months ago, I didn't even know what a data center was. And some of you may not have known, some of you may not know. Can you hear me?
No, I cannot hear you.
Okay. There we go. Can you hear me now? Oh. Just need to be loud. Okay. So I've been wondering about this for quite a while. After I learned about data centers, I got online. You can stay in front of your computer for days reading about data centers all over the country. Just go to data centers in Texas and you can read forever. So I have a question to you. Have you been on your computer? Have you been reading about what other people have been saying, what other communities have been saying? I'm just asking you, do your homework, please. Find out what's going on in the country. We're not the only concerned community. I'm not gonna embarrass you, maybe I can't ask you publicly now. But after this meeting, I would like to ask each one of you if you have done that. That's important to us, because we can't vote. You're gonna be the ones that are gonna vote. So please, do your homework. Thank you.
Last but not least, Mark Dawson.
My name is Mark Dawson. I live at 1945 Fort Graham Road, and I'm very proud to be the spouse of that lady. And she does not always speak quite so softly at home. Chief, congratulations. I think that's a wonderful accomplishment. What impressed me more than anything, though, was the emphasis that you seem to have on community relations. Because that's what you see here tonight with these people and myself and my wife Mary. I too have a question. I know this is not a question answer session, I understand that. But I'm going to ask your indulgence tonight in an unorthodox kind of way, because I've got something that continues to hang over me like a cloud I can't get rid of. And it's a question to each of you. It is not a legal question at all. The legality of all of this has already been cleared from the very beginning. I'm asking you a question that's based on a moral and ethical principle. And I want to loosely define moral and ethical just so you can answer it. By moral, what I mean by that is in terms of a value, a personal value. For example, it's my moral position personally that I believe marriage is between a man and a woman. However, it's my ethical position that I believe, based upon the rights of every person, the individual rights, quite apart from the Constitution, that ethically speaking, they have a right to determine that for themselves. So with that said, the question that I have put to you tonight, and before I even do so, I've framed this question for Ms. Kazmarek to hand out to each of you, just for your own personal record and reference, for you to be able to address it privately. And the question is this: do you believe the potential economic benefits that you anticipate as a result of tax revenues from the proposed data center supersede the ethical and moral rights of the people of Ross to preserve the quality of life for which they have established their homes, invested their lives, and committed their material and financial resources? Now, that's a rather eloquent way of putting this. Do you have the ethical and moral right to gain in your quality of life what will result in the loss of ours? That's a sincere question. I'm going to put it to you, and I'll be back next meeting, and I'll take my 3 minutes to ask you. It's a simple yes or no question, but it's a hard question. And it's not an entrapment question. It's not one to set you up for some kind of legal complication in the future or some kind of political meandering. I hate that kind of question. I would never, for example, ask you, Mr. Mayor, did you beat your wife last night? Or I wouldn't ask you, Mr. Daniel, tell me, do you still cheat on your income tax? That's a crummy, that's a cheap question. It's a setup question, and that's not what this is. This is a sincere question that I, along with the members of our community, really want to know from you personally. Is this something you're in your conscience, answer to. Thank you.
Item 14, Mayor's Report. I have no comment to make this evening. Next item, council members' input.
Actually, I do have something. So, Ms. Sarah, thank you for speaking up this evening. I do appreciate that. In the highlighted section that you did, you very clearly omitted the most important part of what you said there. And if I may read it to everybody, for everybody's edification, page 3. So if the topic is on the agenda, the presiding officer has the discretion to inform the request. It's not been removed. It's up to the presiding officer's decision. As it was presented, you're saying we completely removed the opportunity for him to do so. It is the presiding officer's decision to do that. And that's where that is there. You are not allowed to respond. You're not allowed to respond. We listened to you. You were not. Yes, ma'am. So I just wanted to clarify that portion there. And here's the thing, seeing things publicly. So I've gotten screenshots of the way you speak about council, the same as you, Ms. Finn, the same thing you say about us. You even did it in public comment. I don't have to give anybody screenshots of how you say it. You hurled some insane accusations that I have proof of corruption. People call me corrupt. I've proven multiple times when somebody says that we're corrupt. Where? How am I lining my pocket? We make absolutely $0 for being on this council. Nobody has ever influenced me monetarily. Even in my personal line of work, I have given up commission to help people. So you cannot tell me that is going to, and I'm speaking this on that portion for myself. There's no amount of money that is going to make me vote one way or the other. And the way you state it publicly is you have absolute facts that we are doing this. We don't speak on this because we are investigating. We are investigating all of this. This is not a done decision. The MOU is not an official, hey, we're doing this. It's a memorandum of understanding. We're looking and investigating on these things. The way you say it to the public, it seems like we're all in cahoots. We just want to sink Ross. We want to sink. It has nothing to do with anything. We are investigating, just like y'all have been investigating. You said city manager went to Hawaii. That's literally where that convention is held, on data centers and information of that. That's where you go. If you want the high-tech information, that's where you go. It's been held in Hawaii for I don't know how long. So, ma'am, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to respond. You're not allowed to respond. We had your time, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, we're looking at this, and it's okay. We're not gonna go. I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I love to have a conversation. Have a conversation with me. Absolutely. Let's do it. I am not opposed to it one bit. I'm sure anybody on council will do the same. We're more than happy to talk. But when we get accusations at us, it's like, okay, they're corrupt, but you want us to act in a certain way, but you say things out loud. So, I digress. Give us the same courtesy. We are looking into this. We are not looking to pull one over on you. That's the biggest thing. We're not looking to pull anything over anybody. We have to do our job too. This is not a done deal. This is so early on, and if we're gonna sit here and give you details, how can we give you details on things we don't know? How? If we want to have an open discussion, okay, hey, what do you think about this? We're investigating. I don't know. And if you have it, and if we didn't have it, you're gonna be like, oh, see, they don't even know what's going on. No, we're investigating. And I promise, this has nothing to do with anything in that regard. We're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. Trust me. And you can if you don't have to if you don't want to. I commit to this community. I commit to everybody. I volunteer so much. I promise. If it had to do with anything like that, I'd die. So.
Item 16. Discussion and consideration of action to cancel the second regularly scheduled council meeting for February 2026. Do I hear a motion?
Do we have anything we need to?
I don't think so.
I move to cancel the, second meeting in February 26th.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Lori, please poll the council.
Ms. Jamison?
Yes.
Mr. Olvera?
Yes.
Ms. Lucero? Mr. Wilson?
Yes?
Mr. Ledniski?
Yes.
Mr. Hurst?
Yes.
And Mr. Daniel?
Yes.
At 7 o'clock exactly, we'll recess executive or regular session to convene executive session. I would love to visit with you guys afterwards. I anticipate this to last 15, 20 minutes, perhaps we have 3 hours, maybe 30. Okay. If you wouldn't mind, give your phone number to the chief, and I'll be happy to call. Would you mind, Mr. Dawson? Yeah, would you mind doing that to the chief? Yeah. Okay, we're going to convene now. 19, discussion and consideration of motion, if any, regarding matters discussed in executive session. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to item 18, which is adjournment.